Hi everyone, this is Ryan Hoyme, aka Massage Nerd, and today I have a special guest. Last year, this is the first time I met you, was at the FSMTA convention. So this is Leigh Reynolds from Pine Island Publishers. So hi. So of course you're publishers and stuff. So
yes.
How did you come up with the name Pine Island Publishers?
I live on Pine Island.
Okay.
Made it easy.
Okay. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, it's a real island, and I do live on it, and it's in Florida.
Okay, cool.
It's down near Sanibel in Leigh County, near Fort Myers.
And I live in Minnesota, and about 15 miles away from where I live, we have a Pine Island.
Do you know what? There's Pine Islands all over.
Oh, there is? Okay.
Yeah, it's really kind of strange.
Okay.
I think there's one in New Jersey, too.
Oh, there's, okay.
Go figure.
And in Minnesota, it's not actually an island, so I don't know how they came up with the term.
Oh, that's even stranger. See, ours is really an island.
Okay. Is there an actual bridge then to it then? Or okay, so you don't have to take a boat anywhere.
No, you can.
Yeah, okay.
It's a lot of people that fish.
Okay.
We don't have any beaches. It's actually like stepping back in time. It's very quiet. No high rises.
Okay.
No fast food.
Internet though?
We do have internet.
Okay, good.
Indoor plumbing, all that stuff.
Okay. Okay, good.
We try to keep it.
Yeah. So how did you come up with your company then? So.
Well, I took over. Dr. Barron, who did the bulk of our books, had his own company, Oviedo Physical Medicine, and he was doing teaching and consulting and ran several massage schools, and he's been teaching for well over 20 years. And he had the publishing, and it just got to be too much. And so I bought the rights to publish his books from him.
Okay.
And I've been doing that for almost 10 years now.
Okay.
And it freed him up to do his consulting and his medical, because he's a naturopathic doctor, to do his medical and teaching and consulting things and have the educational business separate.
Okay. And how many books do you have right now?
We're a small company. We only have 4 books that we sell and publish, and they're all pretty much textbooks for schools. And 3 of them are Dr. Barron's books. I've produced books for other people, but I don't really do a lot of marketing. I will produce them and hand them back to them and let them sell them. Okay.
Do people actually buy them through your website then, or do other places?
The bulk of my sales are schools.
Okay.
But I do sell to individuals, and here at the show we've got a special for the students and any massage therapist that wants to buy the books. But in general, the bulk of our revenue is from wholesale to schools.
Okay. And I see a really good book here. It's a complete review guide.
Yeah, this is our bread and butter. This one's been around a long time, and a lot of schools use it as a textbook. It is a complete study guide for both the NBLEX and the NCB test.
Okay.
And also the Ohio State test and the New York. We sell it to some New York schools.
Okay.
And it's really been very nicely done, and it's on its 6th edition now. And we've had it around a long time. It's a thorough book.
And a lot of practice questions and stuff in there, right?
Yeah. There's about 300 questions in it. We also have an online website that you can go to, and it's just questions.
Okay.
It's a testing program. You subscribe to it. You get a password and a login, and it's got 1,600 questions in it, and
that's a lot. Yeah.
It'll tell you real quick if you're ready for your test.
Okay.
And it's $19.95 for 30 days unlimited access. It's a great study tool that's very inexpensive, and no students have a lot of money.
And so many states are regulated now, and they're requiring the national boards or the NBLEX or both and stuff. So, I mean, that's very beneficial. Yeah. I mean, even if you do have other study materials, the more study materials you have, the better.
Exactly. I got off the phone with a guy in New York. He took the national test, but he's also going to take the New York test, and he's used our review book and the examreviews.com to study for both, and he loved them. And New York's one of the toughest tests that's out there.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. Their program is a lot more hours than any of the other. It's over 1,000 hours, and I want to say it's closer to 1,500. It's a huge program.
Yeah. So
a lot more extensive than Florida and some of the other states.
Yeah, because I live in Minnesota, and there's no rules and regulations. So
you guys are the one of the few that's underneath the radar.
Yeah. But for over 20 years now, we've been trying to get regulation and stuff, but it still has not happened. We get closer and closer every year, but it's not there yet.
Well, as soon as you get regulated, you get a board, you get a lot of rules, and it costs money for the state, so they hesitate, but
Yep.
it's important.
Yep. So that's your main book, and what are
This is the
some other
main one.
ones
We
that you guys
also
have?
have a hydrotherapy book that has everything about not just water, but temperature, hot, cold processes, and it also has a lot of the spa techniques in it. How to, what is a Vichy shower? What is Watsu? What is a cold mitt massage? All of anything that has to do with hot and cold and water. And it explains why you would do them, how to do them, what equipment you need, and when not to do them. The contraindications and things, so that you know.
Because what I've been noticing over the last couple of years, I mean, hydrotherapy is starting to come into massage, even though it's kind of been there, but it's getting a little bit more popular.
Yeah. It's been very popular in Europe, particularly
Yeah.
Germany, and it's now coming into the United States more and more.
Yeah.
And you're finding spas that offer a lot of the hydrotherapies.
Yep, definitely.
It's fun. They're the fun stuff.
Yep.
That's what I call this book. This book is a fun book.
And it saves therapists' hands, too. That's what nice thing about it. Yeah.
And if you've ever had, they have these immersion tubs where they take the jets and they put them right up against your muscles, and it's a much deeper massage than you do with your hands. And like you said, it saves the therapist. They don't get hurt.
Yep.
So that's always important.
And what are some other books you have there?
We have an anatomy book, All the Bones and Muscles. This one in particular has not just the innervation, but it has the relationship with the muscles, and like it'll tell you this muscle's used for riding a bike and whatever, but it'll also say don't confuse it with this particular muscle because it does this. So
it makes you think too in a way.
Yes.
Too. Yeah.
And it helps you realize that it's maybe a subtle difference, but that's why you have different muscles.
Yeah, because the problem is some of those books out there, all it does is just origin, insertion, action, and that's all it is.
Right.
So, and then that's all the students are doing is just memorizing that. That's it.
Exactly, and it's really important to understand exactly what that muscle's job is and why it runs from this insertion and origin. That there's a function that it's doing, and you need to understand it so that if someone comes in with a problem, you can differentiate exactly which muscle's the problem.
Yep.
And we paid artists to draw the bones and muscles, so they're sketchings, and they're not flat little outlines, so you can actually tell a little bit more about the contours of the body in that particular muscle or bone.
Yep.
So that helps. And we also have, here I am with all my little books.
Yep.
We have an assessment book, and this is kind of I call it the quick and dirty book, but it has the major joints in the bottom. It talks about range of motion and several orthopedic tests for each joint. If you have someone who comes in and says, I think I have carpal tunnel, and you're trying to do massage, but maybe they're hurting a little more than you think they should be, and they're not responding, there's orthopedic tests in here with pictures that you can do the test to say, you know what, maybe I shouldn't be massaging you. You really need to go to an orthopede, and here's why. I performed this specific test, it came back positive, and you actually have structural damage. And I don't want to hurt you, but you need to be referred to a professional that can actually help.
Yep.
And it goes through the different joints.
And it's only going to help therapists too, so they don't injure the person.
Exactly. So, and maybe it doesn't. Maybe they test negative, and then you know, okay, it isn't something that's actually torn. It really may be just a strain or a sprain or a sore muscle, and then you can tailor your massage to do a better job.
Do you sell many of these books in massage schools?
Not so much, because a lot of the schools don't teach assessment.
Yeah, because I don't see a lot. They need it, of course.
Yeah,
but
this is a great clinic book, and it's great for the massage therapist to have in their office because it's a quick reference. You go right to the joint, and there's just a few tests for each joint.
Yeah.
And it's easy, and it's not a very expensive book either. So it's not a Whitney Lowe. It's not something that you're a huge reference. This is a quick book to do some of the basic.
There's a lot of pictures in there too, because therapists need pictures, so we're visual people. So
Absolutely, and maybe the words don't quite make sense to you to turn a body part a certain way, but a picture makes it real clear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Always helps.
So what's the next on the horizon for you guys then?
Well, the industry's changing, and I've had a few people approach me about doing some different types of book for different things, and we'll see. We're still a small company. We're not a Lipton Pot.
Yep.
We're little, so we have to keep things within our range of what we can handle.
Okay.
But we've got a few in the works.
Okay, perfect.
We'll see.
So the best way to get a hold of you is pineislandpublishers.com then.
Yes.
Do you have a
Yes.
phone number then too? Or
It's 800-400-1892.
Okay, perfect. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Thank
nice
you.
seeing you again. So,
Thanks.
thank you.